Creepers. Good morning, afternoon, or evening to you for tuning in and creeping with. You're the best on this early September 2025. Beautiful sunrise. I definitely need some coffee. And we are creeping. Absolutely stunning out. So stay tuned. I'm going to get caffeinated. And who knows what the day's going to bring us. But you guys are here. You're the best. And the coffee's always the best. Early in the morning. Main Street, Gresham. Looking nice. BK. Their internet's down. So I'm going to probably head back over to the library, upload today's video, but I'm going to grab a coffee first. At AM PM. Oh yeah. Get caffeinated and start the day. So stay tuned. We're a creeping. Yeah, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. It's going to be a great day. But I need this mug to be caffeinated first. Alright, got the cup here. 99 cents for the 12 ounce. And they do have a pumpkin one. So we are in business. It's been a while since I've had their coffee as well, which is really good. So we're going to hit it up. Leave a little bit of room for cream. Nice. They even have the pumpkin cream or pumpkin spice little creamers. Oh, that smells so good. That smells so dang good this morning. Yep, beautiful sunrise, just starting to peek its head up. It is early, but this coffee is good, and I noticed immediately their coffee is stronger than Burger King. So Burger King may have lost me. I was there pretty much for the fast internet, 5G, and the coffee price is decent, but the coffee isn't that strong. It's tasty and flavorful, but I've noticed at Mickey D's and a couple other places that do their house brews, the caffeine content's a little higher, I guess, or maybe I'm just immune to it. But anyways, we got our coffee, pumpkin spice. Autumn vibes, kind of crisp in the morning, then it gets warm. But man, that coffee is good. All right, I'm gonna head back over to Main Street because I got to hit up the library again, use their internet. And then I'm not quite sure what's going to happen today. I got a few things on my mind that I want to document, showcase for the channel. And I appreciate all the dedicated creepers. I've noticed my views have kind of gone down, so I'm going to have to pepper in some different content. But the people that do chime in and tune in every day, I couldn't thank you enough. You guys are the best. The dedicated creepers. I guess, you guys are all dedicated to the channel, even though you don't tune into all of them. I don't mean to say the ones that aren't watching every single video aren't dedicated to me and the channel, but I do. What I'm trying to say is, before I'm even caffeinated, is thank you. Thank you so dang much to all the people that show up all the time in the comments. It's so dang awesome. You guys are the best. All right, gonna get caffeinated. We got some creeping to do. Oh, that's good. Cheers to you guys. I needed that this morning. That pumpkin is tasty. Library achieved. Uploading today's video, and I also noticed they've got all these, I wouldn't say stanchions, but little reader boards set up all through the city because they don't want people parking along the parade line. Tomorrow is the Gresham Teddy Bear Parade, and so no cars will be allowed to park on the streets because they block everything off. And I also noticed they're utilizing this building over here for the Gresham Chamber of Commerce meeting, which I've been invited to a few times. I've never really popped in. But yeah, we're getting today's video uploaded, filmed yesterday, uploaded today, and really enjoying the coffee and the crisp, beautiful morning. Crows are barking. the Portland Crows. It's gonna be a great day. I already know. I have no real game plan, but it is autumn. Very crisp out. All right, got a few more things to do with the tablet here. Check some emails, get back to a few people and things like that, and then we'll be back to our regular scheduled creeping. Oh yeah. Love the sound of the birds in the morning though. Feels great. All right, everything is good. Uploaded the video. Sipping on my brew. And I always like to look. Whoa! Always like to look online and see what's trending, what's going on, what stores are doing what. And as I ironically enough was sipping on my pumpkin brew, I thought, I haven't had a pumpkin Starbucks yet this year. Normally, where they're like for the release of them, and I think that they're out now. By now, I think they released their pumpkin spice last week. But Starbucks is struggling. I just read a thing where they're closing over like 900 stores, and there are a ton that are stated, or stated to close in the East Multnomah County, Portland area, and one being pretty close to here, the Wood Village one, which I was just by the other day, and it was rocking. There was like a line all the way around for folks to get their fall drinks. So we're going to go document that, because who knows what's going to happen with the rest of the stores. I mean, I highly doubt Starbucks is going anywhere. The Bucksters are pretty big in the coffee gang, but there is a ton more places to choose from. And I noticed that their prices have gotten to be pretty outlandish, so hopefully that's not the case in general. Ooh, even the Portland Crows agree. So we're going to creep down there next and document the demise of a Starbucks location, just for posterity and good measure. Hopefully that's not, going to be the case where you see one go and then the other stores follow suit, but we shall see. We got a ways to go. We are in the downtown Gresham area, but we got to head over to Fairview, where we were just at. So, gonna hop back on the trusty bike here in just a second. Kind of just hoofing it at the moment because I'm balancing cameras and coffees, and then we will make our way down to Wood Village. And we got the Skelly Jeep. Good morning, Skelly Bat Jeep. Ozzy Osbourne would be proud. I love seeing the Skelly Jeep. All right, coffee's working. All the videos are up, or the video's up today, and we are good. We are creeping. Beautiful out too. I love it. Never comes. Looks like they're doing a little work here this morning. And the sun is now starting to peek out a little bit more, so nice. All right, we are here, Fairview, Oregon. We got the Starbucks building here, which is a double GNC and Starbucks collabo. So yeah, this is one of the stores slated for closing, which is kind of weird because this place is usually, well, right now there's no one in the actual drive-thru, but many of times before, this drive-thru has been wrapped around with a ton of folks getting their Starbucks. I actually worked for the Bucksters for a while back in the late 90s. Go in here, document the store, look around a bit, and kind of just say our last goodbyes right here at Wood Village. Yeah, a lot of these Starbuckses are, I'll show you the list, and there was a ton in just the Portland area in Oregon that are slated for closing. And I have a couple reasons why, and I'll show you another kind of bigger reason why I thought this one is probably going to close as well. Kind of the trifecta of Starbucks are kind of known to, at one point, be on every single corner. It was almost like hurry up and buy something because this is turning into a Starbucks soon. I'm gonna lock the Creeper Cruiser up, go look at some merchandise too, and we'll talk more about the demise of Starbucks. Well, not the full company, just some of the stores. Yeah, this one even has the really like nice outdoor seating with all the tables and umbrellas and stuff. And I always liked it when Starbucks did that. When I worked for them, I worked at one of the stores that really didn't offer an outdoor seating, so folks would get their coffees and stuff and kind of just walk over to the park. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate the bigger ones are closing, because these are kind of the ones that folks will hang out, utilize their ID or utilize their, you know, Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So we'll go in here, document the store, and check out some merch. I'm not really going to get a coffee because I've already had my fix, but I definitely wanted to document some of the new items and just the store in general. So they do have their mugs here. These are cool, the little skull mug. I actually just got a new mug from my work, or I probably would have picked up something because I need a mug. I always feel bad reusing, or you know, not reusing the cup, just kind of throwing things away. So, oh, they have their little fall cards in as well. I'll probably grab one of these and upload it after a bit. Maybe send it out to one of you creeps. But yeah, they have all of their fall blends in. They've got the pumpkin in. They've got all their mugs. And this store is pretty nice. Like I said, slated to close pretty soon. But in the meantime, you can still come down here and get your coffee. Check out their bar. It's a nice one. They got like 3 or 4 machines here. Oh, someone's horn's going off. But yeah, Starbucks coming through with all the fun fall goodies. But apparently this store, not very long. I feel kind of bad not getting anything, but I kind of wanted to just come in and, you know, just document the store and stuff. And also some of the beans. Oh, these are cute as heck. The little mini organ cups. Oh, they even have a Portland one with the sprinkle donuts. Yeah, they do like a full series of pretty much all the iconic locations in your neck of the woods too. Oh, we were just up there at Pike's Place. Oh, that's decaf. That should be illegal. But we were just up there at Pike's Place. Here's the regular Pike's Place roast. And my good buddy Andy went through Seattle just this last year. Saw the first Starbucks. So Wood Village has another one not too far from here. It's actually inside the Safeway. Speaking of Pike's Place, here's the original one that we were at not too long ago. Like cobblestone street up there and everything. So kind of sad to see the company grow so much and then really close a lot of locations. But I'll tell you more as we go over to the other location. So I wouldn't say rest in peace Starbucks, just this location. But always smells good in here too. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Alright, got the little gift card here, which I'll probably upload eventually. They're getting busy again, so I'm taking, this is like their busiest time is the mornings, obviously. So to be able to see like so many people in there and then people going through the drive-thru really stinks, because it's like, why would they close the location that's hopping? But I guess they just can't afford to keep open the locations that have folks kind of just hanging. I don't know why, but I guess they just feel like the productiveness and the quality of the drinks maybe are faster and just drive-through style. But they have a lot of competition when it comes to the Starbucks, you know, only like having their customers utilize the drive-through, because Dutch Brothers and a couple other places strictly only do that as well. So it's kind of the competition now as to who can, you know, crank out the drinks in a timely order. I know that we had a system when I worked at Starbucks where you had to have them, you know, timed, temped, weighed, and then they had to go out within a certain amount of time too. So they got their work cut out for them. Plus they like make new drinks like every year. Every different, you know, season has a new drink. So to be a barista and work at these places, it's difficult because you have to know like the full menu, plus they're upgrading it all the time with new drinks and stuff. So the classics will still be around and stuff like that. But I'm guessing that what they're going to do is they're going to, you know, probably not have as many places open where you can like hang out on the inside, which is really unfortunate, because I know folks like to hang out, take care of business, have meetings here, and things like that. So, but I'll show you why, as to why I thought this one was also the reason why. Well, the reason why this one was going to close is because. So yeah, now there's a ton of cars going through the drive-through. So kind of weird that the, you know, reports that I read is because they weren't busy, they weren't functioning stores, they couldn't keep up with how they wanted to like kind of run the partner programs and stuff with the employees and all the customers. But as you can see, the drive-thru's already, you know, wouldn't say backed up, but it's definitely busy. So I'll show you guys a list of the other Starbucks that are slated to close too, right, you know, around the Portland metropolitan area. And there's another one close by here. In fact, when I worked for Starbucks, there was 3 Starbucks within like a mile radius of each other. And we called it the, like, was it the trifecta, or like the dimension of Starbucks, because no matter where you were, you're within like 5 feet of a Starbucks. You could be like getting a coffee in line at Starbucks and look across the street and literally like wave to your friend in line at the other Starbucks. It was pretty funny. So at one point they were everywhere, but they're slowly kind of, I guess, just picking and choosing the locations now that are the busiest and the ones that make them, you know, the most money for their business. It's interesting to see too if there's going to be ones up in Seattle that close. So, but as you can see, cars are even backed up like over here waiting to get through. So I don't know if this was a good choice to close this one or not. I'm just going to have to see what happens. But I'm also really curious as to what's going to go in here. You know, what business will go in that will actually make more money? I don't know. They make pretty good money, especially if they're like $8-9 pumpkin lattes. So we'll see. It's a commodity out here now with the coffee and all the different choices that we have. So who's gonna win the coffee game? Fun fact, coffee people out here in Portland, when they first started, they had a business called Motor Mocha, and he was the originator behind the coffee drive-thru. So I'm guessing more companies are kind of just going with that layout. Probably cheaper for them too, to not have to run the lights and everything all the time. Or people like me just hanging out, not buying anything. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the other Starbucks. It isn't too far from here. Hopefully, if they're still open. Alright, we're at the clock tower here in front of Wood Village Fred Meyer. And as you guys may or may not know, Starbucks over the years has slowly gone into the stores like Fred Meyer's and Safeway. So they still have their sign up here, which is a good sign. At one point they had the little like round sirens on each side, but I think they just kind of, when they changed the Fred Meyer sign, they kind of downgraded from the sirens. So they're still located inside this Freddy's. So if you guys do go to that other one and you find it to be closed, you can come here. And I think this one even has like a little hangout dining area as well. So kind of weird to think that the company's picking and choosing what stores to close, but then again they have ones that are brand new, like this one just opened here where they remodeled the whole store, you know, and made it like one of the little convenient ones that you can just like walk up and order and stuff. So we'll see. And like I said, if you guys do frequent that other one, this would be your next best spot, because it's literally just like a stone's throw from the other one. And they do have their merch as well. I don't really see any of the Halloween cups, but they do have the Portland one like we saw at the other one. And they also have this Oregon mug. Is that Bigfoot? Oh, Bigfoot. Nice. So yeah, this is a pretty quaint little one. I mean, they have the seating, like I said, so if you need a spot to kick it and do some homework, this would be your next best spot, because the other one's going to be closing soon. So these guys will probably take, you know, most of their business. And yeah, like I said, kind of interesting to think that, you know, they're closing some of the bigger stores that are kind of set in the brick and mortar, and they're kind of just putting them in the other stores now. So maybe it's a convenience thing, maybe it's not. I don't know. Oh, they do have their little pumpkin tumblers. They didn't have these ones at the last one. The little punky on top. That'd be cool to sip a pumpkin latte out of. And then they also have these like gothic looking ones. So yeah, Starbucks company, huge. Obviously probably the #1 in the coffee game, but slowly closing their stores. And like I said, I'd be curious to see what actually goes in to that location. It'd be ironic if it was another another coffee shop. I doubt it though. So, yep. Now we're on the back side of Starbucks and the GNC, which is like a double building, as I showed you guys. And as you can see from the backside, they're busy. So I don't understand why they're closing. And I just was coming back from the other Starbucks, which ironically is like a stone's throw from here, inside the Fred Meyer.
Correct.
And I just saw the lady had a nice big old like grande or whatever that is, venti, or I forgot the sizes. I worked for them for a while. They even have a bigger one now, I think. Too much. The Bucket O coffee. But yeah, with them closing, what do you think?
I live close, but it's a good little hike for me. And I have this option or the Walmart option, but there's much of Sandy that doesn't have the sidewalk. So then I have to go deeper into the neighborhood to get around to that one. So this one is much more safer walk for me. And so, yeah, and they are busy all the time.
I was so, I saw the list of the ones that are set to close, and there was a ton of Oregon locations, which I thought, well, they started in Seattle. Why are they doing West Coast so much? And then I got to thinking, with the drive-thrus and all the places now, it's harder for them to probably, quote unquote, keep the lights on. Right. Now, do you utilize the inside at all, or do you normally just get your coffee and go?
I'm a mobile order person.
Mobile order. See, that's okay. I never even put that into perspective either. They got the whole mobile ordering where folks can get a whole thing of coffee for the whole office or just yourself and put it on the phone and then just walk in and it's ready.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
So the closures, is it nationwide? Or?
It is. Okay. They had a whole list A through Z.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see what's going to go in here because I just don't see any other I mean, there are other businesses and establishments, but coffee's like such a, I mean,
it's an Oregonian
it
thing
really
for sure
is.
here.
It's a must. So I was just
Starbucks.
Exactly.
And there's others I won't mention, but it's just not my fave, so.
Yep.
So Starbucks is my choice. So yeah, I'm gonna miss walking over here, and I don't necessarily want to go into Fred Meyer's to the Starbucks there to get it.
Plus they got it all stanchioned in and weird. It's almost like they want you to buy groceries even though you're
right. Yeah, it's a one-stop shopping
I was
center.
just there, and they do have the little area. It's like a little dining, but it's nothing like actually being in the environment, and it's
and then the
people watching, and it's so. Anyways, thank you for your time.
Thank you very
and
much.
I know you didn't want to be on video, but I at least got your voice. So I just wanted to hear people's thoughts.
And my name is Barbara.
Barbara, nice to meet you.
Yes.
You want to show? You want to just show them your big cup?
They always put
Here,
a
I'll
note
do like
on
this.
it.
Oh yeah, they've been drawing on it too lately. Nice. You got yourself a big old one. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. That sun is poking up. That was nice of that lady, Barbara, to give us a little bit of her time. But as you can see, they're busy. They are busy. So 2555 Northeast Fairview Drive, right on the cusp of Gresham and Troutdale. So yeah, I'm curious as to what goes in here. I think this place was built for Starbucks. I could be wrong, but thanks a latte for being here when you were. All right, we're out of here. The Bucksters. Yeah, that's kind of sad. But the business is still booming for sure. These guys are like the king of coffee for sure. I'll keep you posted. Current time 7:20, old-timey, looking good on this beautiful blue sky into September 2025. And speaking of time, is time up for Starbucks? Did they already have their run? They had a good run. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily even begin to say, is the company over? Definitely not. But are you going to see as many stores as you have been? Probably not. Are there going to be you know, the trifectas of Starbucks where you standing at one and literally could watch the line at the other one across the street and see which one moves faster. At one point they were like everywhere. Oh, there's my good buddy Aaron. I'm gonna go walk up here and surprise him, see if he sees us before the light changes. He's gonna be like, why are you filming me, bro? He doesn't see us. Aaron! Aaron! He must have his music. I'm creeping on you! I'm creeping on you! It's up there. Love you, bro. Alright, just made our way east a little bit. We're heading east now. Fairview. I was wrong. You guys are safe. I went inside and talked with one of the baristas. I said, what's going on? Why is this place closing? It looks like you guys are slammed. I just couldn't wrap my head around them closing that location. They said no. The first email that went out, I guess, was Starbucks, had them slated, but I guess it was the wrong address. So we're going down to the one that's actually going to be closing, which was really not a Starbucks for too long. They literally just turned it into one like a year ago. It was a Burger King. So we're heading there next. So sorry for the confusion, but yeah, I was just like, why in the heck would they close that location? It's like so dang busy. So my wrong, but at least we got to document some of the new merch and actually document that store in case it is next. Who knows? So I'll show you guys the list as well and the addresses of the ones at least in the Portland metro area. And then you can get on the website and look as well through A through Z. This lady's honking. Oh, they weren't going for a reason. There's an ambulance coming. I guess you didn't hear them. All right, we're heading over to the demise of that location. This one is actually closing, so. Fork and A, I was wrong. I was glad I am, though. All right, Wood Village. See, now this one's got some people in the drive-thru too. In fact, this was a Burger King not too long ago, like maybe a year ago. They just changed this into the Starbucks, but this one is on the chopping block. I double-checked before I, you know, never trust the internet fully. But yeah, this one is slated to close, which is too bad because they literally just rebuilt it and remodeled it. They didn't do too much because of the fact that you can still see where it looks kind of like an old Burger King. But I'm going to go in here, document this location for posterity, and ask if there is an actual closing date. Oh, it does look like there's a notice on the window here. Let's see. To our amazing customers, we've made an incredible, difficult decision to close this Starbucks location by the end of this week. Wow. We know this may be hard to hear because this isn't just any store. It's your coffee house, a place woven into your daily rhythm, where memories were made and where meaningful connections with our partners grew over the years. We're deeply grateful for the community that has been built here. We know many of you will be thinking of our favorite, or of your favorite partner, which they call their employees, and we're working closely to support our partners through this transition, so hopefully they can get them replaced. Our commitment to creating welcoming and memorable experiences remained unchanged. We'll hope that you visit us at a nearby Starbucks. We'll be honored to continue sharing moments with you. Our heartfelt gratitude, the Starbucks company. Oh no, it actually has a little bit more. It says, thank you for being part of our story. We look forward to seeing you again. With heartfelt gratitude, the Starbucks company. So, like I said, they are closing this one down. So that is the official word. Go in here for just a second and document it. Yep, that's the official notice. Take a walk around the parking lot real quick and just kind of document the store. As you can see, it kind of does look like the old school Burger King, and this one does have the drive-thru. Not much of an outdoor seating area, but it's definitely I guess seen better days. Not as busy as it once was. And I know the Burger King wasn't busy at all. It was like abandoned and derelict for many years. So we'll go ahead and get the thumbnail real quick. Documenting the Starbucks. Good old Starbucks. Yeah, like I said, at one time they were like on every single corner, so that's the demise of Starbucks. This one's got the old school, like I think it was once a 76, and before it turned into the Burger King, which is now gone. But if you look closely, the Starbucks siren is that big. Like, I could be wrong, but I think it's the old school Unical 76. They just never really got rid of the pole, or maybe the gas station was in a different spot. But yeah, the demise of some of the Starbucks. I'll give you guys a better look too and insert some of those locations, and I apologize if I pulled on any of the heartstrings when I got the wrong location, but the sign over there at Fairview does say Wood Village, so I could see where, if you weren't from here or didn't know the correct address, where that easily would have been misconstrued on the email. But there you have it, one final look at the old Bucksters, Wood Village. Alright, got some bikers here this morning. People are picking up their orders. The last lady was telling me that, too, that a lot more people are doing the like mobile order system. Oh, thank you. So I could see where that would, you know, kind of make it less and less of folks kind of dining in. As you can see, they got a pretty nice little area, and they got this little area over here as well. I'll check out some of their merch, see if they have any of the cups or anything that the other ones didn't have. I do see this Skelly mug again, which is so dang cool. So yeah, this will be the one that's actually closing, which again kind of stinks because, like I said, they have a lot of folks that are going to miss them. But this is a nice store. As you can see, maximum occupancy, 59 people. So it holds a pretty good amount of folks, but that kind of stinks. It says it's going to be closing this week, so I'm guessing this will probably be one of the last looks at this location. And as I said, with the other one closing, I was like, what the heck's going to go in here? Hopefully something good. But best wishes to the baristas, and hopefully, like the sign said, they can find them another location, or at least a location close to, you know, where they live and stuff. So pretty sad to see. This one does have the little festive drinks here on the menu board, and you got to give a shout out to the baristas, who are the artists behind all these too. They let the baristas kind of create all the memories and stuff. So thanks for being here. That really stinks you guys are closing. But hopefully they find you guys a good spot.
I hope so. We'll find out Sunday.
Yep. This is a good location too. It's quaint for sure. You guys have a great day and good luck to you. Thanks. All right, Bucksters. You had a good run. You had a good run. As the door states too on this side. The closure. So yeah, I'll probably go get one last little thumbnail. They're always the funnest. See if I can get the whole building in the shot without the... There we go. All right, maybe I'll move over here. We'll do the classic. The company's definitely not hurting though. I think they're just downsizing because, like the sign said, 59 people. They probably could build a bigger one and just go ahead and say these are the locations where people can come and kind of hang out, and the other ones will be for mobile orders and things like that. So we'll see. One last look at the Bucksters here, Wood Village. You had a good run though. You had a good run. Go this way with it so you guys can get a full view. The Bucksters. Oh, that sun feels good. I'm gonna be able to take the jacket off soon. But there you have it. One last look at the quaint Starbucks, old Burger King, maybe an old 76 at one point. Do you guys remember? What's your favorite Starbucks drink? Are you gonna miss this location? Let me know if there's ones closing close to you. There's a whole list. Like I said, I'll show you guys here in a minute. But peace out, Starbucks. Well, at least this one. So these guys were just saying they pull up on their bikes, and I was like, do you guys specifically look for like a Starbucks? And they were like, nope, it just happens to be here. And with the gas station across the street, they were able to fill up their bikes and stuff. And I was just kind of curious because, like I said, a lot of them are for you know, folks to dine in, but the mobile orders and stuff and people just kind of pulling up and getting their coffee seems to be the thing to be these days. So these guys are got their bikes, so this is cool. Little bike ride this morning. So yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess it just depends on the location and like where it's at. Like I could see the stores in Southeast Portland still being able to, you know, function with the people coming and sitting and hanging and using the Wi-Fi and all things like that. But folks that are just trying to get their coffee and go, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, but like I said, they still are the king in the game. I don't really think there's any other shops that can come close to the production level, and pretty much wherever you go in the world, you know, all the drinks are the same. They have like, you know, they train their baristas to have certain recipes and stuff, so it's like 2 pumps of this and that. So you have to know a lot. There's a lot of drinks, a lot of things to do to create those magic moments. So I'm guessing it's become less and less of a creative thing, and they're starting to like draw on the cups again, like you saw Barbara's cup at the last one. So they're really trying to create that guest experience, and it's hard to do when people are just in and out real quick with the mobile orders and stuff. So writing the names and little things on the cup was a nice touch, but to keep people in and utilizing things and buying product, I could see where that would be hard because everything's so fast paced now. So like I said, I'll keep you posted as to what goes on here. Hopefully the other store makes it too. I just couldn't wrap my head around them being that busy and closing though. So like I said, rest in peace to at least this location. Yep, one last look at the old Bucksters. I'm guessing that I think the gas station was over here actually, on this side. So whoever takes this over could, you know, have this whole land. Maybe the building's in shambles and they just kind of like duct taped it and bubble gummed it back together when Starbucks moved in. You can see on the roof too where they didn't even fully paint. There's still like the blue and red from Burger King. Comedy. All right, Bucksters. See you later. Back on the trail now. Gonna head back to the Kreeper Cave and grab a little bite to eat and probably call it for the day. Should have just went there to begin with and got my coffee and uploaded the video. But I didn't actually see that Starbucks were closing until I actually got on the internet. So I know one thing though, they do have a good cup of coffee. Their bean is strong. So hopefully no more than just the one stores will be closing. We shall see. We shall see. And keep me posted in your, you know, neck of the woods if your favorite Starbucks is closing too. I wouldn't say either of those are my favorite Starbucks. My favorite Starbucks in Portland, well, it used to be the Lads Edition store, the one I worked at. It's a nice little store. All the neighbors would walk in. Big dining area. And I guess my favorite store now would just be the Gresham one. Pretty nice location. So, but their coffee's expensive. It really is. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. They put a lot of heart and love into their drinks. Is it hands-on espresso where they're actually, you know, grinding the bean and tamping it with the machine and everything? No, it's pretty much all push button. But sometimes that could be better because it's all dialed in. They actually have, you know, mechanics come in once a month and dial all the espresso machines in to make sure that the shots are pouring good and everything. So is it worth the extra buck? Probably so. Is it expensive? Definitely. So I'll keep you guys posted. All right, this is via KGW Channel 8, their post. And as you can see, they've listed most of the states. I've kind of scrolled down though into the MN and O for Oregon. And here is a list of all those stores that are closing in my area and in Oregon. And there's the one there, Wood Village. So, like I said, the company's definitely not going anywhere. Huge company. but probably we'll see less and less of the dine-in locations kind of making it. What about you? Do you like a puppuccino? Are you a puppuccino? A grande, 1 pump vanilla, no foam, extra hot, tepid, venti, puppuccino. Is that your crazy order? We had some crazy orders there working too. All right, from the tail waggers, I see you found your bone. I bought you. I love you guys. Creeper out for now. Penelope's like, I still want to be in the shot. I still want to be in the shot. Okay. Cue the outro. Creeper out for now. Peace. Tail waggers.
Creeps, the rest of more.